Okay, Reed, how'd you like the car when we drove it?
I like it. Obviously, if I had my first choice, I'd be buying a brand new one, but the way my situation is right now, that fits a little bit more into my budget.
Okay.
So I did like the car, some of the features.
What'd you like best about it?
I like the leather. I like the, the feel of the inside was very nice.
Okay. What did you hate about it?
I just, I felt that was a little underpowered for me, but
Okay.
I know my budget is somewhat limited, so I might have to deal with it.
How much drag racing are you doing these days?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Okay. You're right. It is
That was good.
underpowered. Okay. We had talked earlier about our policy here. We create an IMVP pricing, which is Internet Market Value, in order to remove the pain and agony from the automobile purchase process, to speed up the process, and to help create for you a really good price right off the bat. Now, you've got no reason to believe me. I'm a car salesman and I'm working in a car dealership. So I understand how there could be some skepticism involved. We can live with that. This is the car, $17,000. Now, what I'm going to do is just do sort of a recap to make sure this is in fact the car that you're looking at. Now, I say that it's priced below average. Do not take my word for that. All right? The color is popular. Do you know how we know that? You chose it. Keyless entry, you remember that. It's 5-star rated with NHTSA. It's got cruise control and front wheel drive. Okay? Now, let's look at what's called a PureCars Value Report. I'm going to jump off our site now. Okay? Obviously, our site would tell you that this is a great deal. Okay? We'd have no reason to tell you otherwise. And if it wasn't a great deal, we would have no reason to tell you that either. PureCars is an independent third-party website that does an analysis of transactional and sales prices every single day. And by the way, this is absolutely open to the public. You can pull up this exact same information that I can. They will tell you where this price is relative to this market. Okay? And one of the reasons we've gone to a third party is because of the credibility problems car dealers in general have. All right, we're all lumped together, and quite frankly, the way we've done business in the past, we deserve the reputation that we have. Most dealers are trying to fight that reputation in order to become a more credible business, but take it from me, don't trust anybody in the business.
Do you want me to throw an objection whenever I want?
Whenever you want to.
Okay, here's the deal, Steve. I like you, we drove the car. I really like this car. I've got $16,000 cash. I want to buy that car.
Okay. You can buy a terrific vehicle for $16,000. Make no mistake about that. All right? You will not be able to buy this vehicle for $16,000.
So you're going to let me walk?
Would not let you walk, because if you got $16,000 in cash, I've got a feeling we can get you into a vehicle with payments of around $30 a month.
I don't want that vehicle.
No, we're going to get you in that vehicle. If you need to finance 100 or 150 or taxes, we can take care of that for you. Let's make sure it's the right car.
Which obviously if you get to a certain point where you're stuck, and it happens to me too, even on a new car, are we going to negotiate anything off of that price? Or are you going to let the guy, there are cases the guy wants $5,000 below invoice or whatever, you're going to let him walk. But if I'm $1,000 away from a car dealer, what's our next step?
Switch. Find another car. Okay. Well, if I were to discount this car $1,000, Reed, that would have meant that I have lied to literally hundreds of our customers previous to you. And you know what? I haven't lied to them, which is the reason we can't discount the car. All right. Now, look.
What we'll do on a new car is. Sorry to interrupt, but like a lot of times when I work with Jason, if I'm $1,000 over the customer's budget, so instead of 60 months, we take them to 72 or 84, and boom, you got a car deal.
Well, if the budget is monthly, that's something completely different. All right. What I'm trying to do is get you closed on the car sale. Now, if it pops up that the monthlies are important, well then you know what? I'll run up and I'll see. I'll ask Bruce, give me monthlies at 36, 48, 60, and 72. Okay. But what I want to do right now is create the good deal feeling in your mind. This is PureCars. You can see right here that they say that the price of $17,000 is $2,125 below the average sale price for this type of vehicle in this market. So we are priced below average. Not my word, these people's words. Carfax, I'll get to that in a second. We've already talked about popular color. It is fuel efficient. It is late model. It's a 2011. Now, let's look at the Carfax. Wouldn't it be nice to know where this used car has been?
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to tell you exactly where it's been. We can't tell you who owned it, but we can tell you it was only an individual. There are no multiple owners here. Carfax says it's one over. Carfax says there's never been any total loss where it was rebuilt from the ground up. Carfax says no airbag deployment, meaning there was never a hard frontal collision. Carfax says there are no open manufacturer recalls, meaning if there were recalls, they have all been recalled and fixed. Carfax says, should you find out differently down the road, should you take it to a body shop one day because there was a fender bender and somebody says, hey, this car has frame damage. Well, guess what? Carfax guarantees that they will buy the car back from you. By the way, they also say, coincidentally, there is no frame or structural damage, and there is no indication of an odometer rollback. So, what's that mean to you? That means you can't get this type of information when you go to a private party. That means many of the independent used car lots won't provide this type of information. We provide it to all of our customers. We want to make sure that you feel good about the purchase. Now, going back up here, sunroof. Good idea? Okay. Cruise control, tire pressure monitor. What's a tire pressure monitor do for you?
I know exactly what it does.
It saves you money. Okay? Your tires will last longer. Remote trunk release, front bucket seats, ABS brakes, security system, and front wheel drive. Now, what have we done to the car? Because when we took it in on trade or bought it, we didn't just move it straight to our pre-owned lot. We went through a 150-point inspection. We had to do that in order to certify it. Honda requires it. We have to bring it up to nearly new condition. We rotated and balanced the tires, and we discovered that the cabin air filter needed changing. So instead of you having to spend 40 or 50 bucks to do that, you know, a month from now, we went ahead and did it. Now, this ought to be interesting. If you do leave me here, okay? If you decide that this is not the right vehicle, or I'm not the right guy, or Curry's not the right place, there are other Civics, like mileage and equipment for sale out there. And as you can see, they're anywhere from $3,000 to about $1,000 higher. Now, these are asking prices. Okay, most dealers still do the old asking price, go through the brain damage, time-consuming, misery-creating, frustrating series of back and forth with the car dealer. But you know what? You can get them down. I guarantee you can get that cat down right there because they've got so much markup in that, they'll be happy to discount it $1,000 or $2,000 for you. But you're still higher than where we are right now. More importantly, let's look at the vehicles and what they've actually sold for. That vehicle sold for $1,995 more than we're asking. That one $996. That one $1,991. And that one $2,477. Now remember, Reed, these people went through the brain-damaging, frustrating, misery-creating negotiations to get to a price which is significantly higher than ours. So, where does that leave us? That leaves us with this opportunity. You own it for $17,000. Our customer service fee is $587 with Georgia state tax of $1190 plus the license, title, Georgia motor vehicle and emission fee of $71. You own it for $18,848. The only question I have for you is, are there any other accessories or options that you would want to add to this before you took delivery of it?